Hello, everybody. Mr. Spottleson here. Today we are going to focus a very short section. Okay, I'm not going to throw a lot at you today, but we're going to do section 9.3 linear functions, and we're only going to do one example or one skill in this section. Okay, so this should be very quick. I'm hoping to keep this video at about 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'll let you guys do a very short assignment until next week. Okay, so our objective here is to learn to identify if a function's linear. Okay, there's one definition that I'd like you to write down. Okay, it's that a linear function is a function that can be described by a linear equation. Okay, what's our linear equation then? Well, our linear equation or the form that it has to be in is going to be our y equals mx plus b. Okay, so in order for, I guess I'm going to put this in about as simple of terms as I can, is this part right here. Any linear function can be written in slope-intercept form. F of x, remember, f of x is just a fancy way to say y. Okay, don't let that f of x scare you. Okay, it's just y equals mx plus b. And our goal is going to be to take these equations and put them into y equals mx plus b. If we can put them into y equals mx plus b, then we know they're going to be linear. All right. So let's look at an example here first. Determine whether the function f of x equals negative 2x to the third is linear. If so, give the slope and y-intercept of the function's graph. If you think back to before we went on break for a while here, I had one rule that said, is something linear or not? If an equation's linear, this told you right away if it was or if it wasn't. And it was if there's an exponent. If there is an exponent in our equation ever, we know that it is not linear. Okay. I had quiz questions. There was a test question that asked which one of these is not linear, and you guys always circled the one with the exponent. It's the same situation here. If you see that exponent of 3 and you're going to see it on your homework, you know it's not linear. Okay, so this one you can't find a slope and y-intercept because it's not linear. Okay, let's look at the next one. Determine whether the function f of x, remember f of x is just a fancy way to say y for us right now, and it equals negative 2x plus 4 plus x. Okay, I want everyone to write that down on your notes wherever you're writing it down. Okay, I'm going to write it down as well. Y equals negative 2x plus 4 plus x. Okay, first thing I'm checking to see is if there are any exponents, which there are not. So that's a good sign for us. Okay, now I want to combine like terms, and I've got a negative 2x and I have a plus x. Okay, remember this is like a 1x. Okay, so if I combine a negative 2 and a positive 1, what is that going to combine to? That's going to combine to negative 1x. So now I'm going to have y equals, again, negative 2x and a positive 1x are going to combine to negative 1x. And I can't combine anything with the 4, so it's plus 4. Okay, now if we go back to my original notes here, it says any linear function can be written in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Well, look what we have right here. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, so is this linear? Yes. And then it says, if so, give the slope and y-intercept. So we need to identify what the slope is. Well, the slope here is going to be the m value, y equals mx. So the slope is going to be negative 1. And then my y-intercept is going to be the b value, y equals mx plus b, which is 4. So my y-intercept there will be 4. Okay? All right. Let's continue on here. Ignore this little bit in the corner. That was something from last year. All right, so I have y equals 3x plus 6 minus 4 minus 2x. Okay, so again, if you were taking notes, I'd like you to write it down on your note paper. And the first thing we should do is identify our like terms. There's no exponents, so that's a good sign. Okay, if we identify our like terms here, 3x is a like term and negative 2x is a like term. Also, positive 6 and negative 4 are like terms. Okay, so if I go ahead and combine my 3x and my negative 2x, okay, that's going to combine to just 1x. So I'll have y equals 1x. And then if I combine a positive 6 and a negative 4, that's going to combine to just positive 2. Okay, so if I go back here to our original slide where we looked at our notes, any linear function can be written in slope-intercept form. In this case here, y equals mx plus b can be written there. So yes, this is linear. My slope is going to be 1, and my y-intercept is going to be 2. Okay, we were able to identify that. All right, now I want to look at one more example that I'm going to kind of create just on the fly here. I just thought of it, okay? What if I have one that's y equals 3, 2x minus 4? Okay, and it wants me to tell you if it wants us to say is it linear or not. So you know what? Let's go completely here. Is this? Oh, can't spell. Oh boy. Is this linear? Okay, and it's y equals 3 and then 2x plus 4. Okay, well, are there any exponents? Nope, there are not any exponents, so we know it's going to be linear, but we have to find out what the slope and y-intercept are, and this is not in slope-intercept form. If you look at y equals mx plus b, there are never any parentheses here. So let's go ahead, and does anybody have any ideas of what we could do in order to get this into slope-intercept form? All right, I know that all of you just said distribute. Okay, so we're going to distribute that 3 to the 2x and to the 4. So now y equals 3 times 2x is going to give me 6x. And 3 times 4 is going to get me 12 when I distribute. Remember, when we distribute numbers, we always multiply. Okay, so here now, I've got my equation, y equals 6x plus 12. Yes, is this linear? Yes, it's linear. We need our slope. Okay, so my slope in this case would be the y equals mx, so 6. And my y-intercept is going to be 12. Y equals mx plus b, which is 12. Okay? That's all we're focused on for today. Okay, if you go here, the assignment is going to be page 402, numbers 1 through 3 and 7 through 9. I will also have that posted on Canvas. Okay, I want to go look at the assignment real quick on the internet just so you can see, okay, this is the page that you need to do, and you're going to see a lot of very similar problems to what we just did. Okay, so I will give you a hint on number 9 here. Okay, on number 9, you have to be able to tell me, is it in that y equals mx plus b form? Okay, is it in that same form that we've been working on? Okay, have we ever seen any divided bys and y equals mx plus b? Okay, so I will check up with you on that. We will talk on Thursday again. If you have any questions or anything, you can stop in and talk to me. I've had plenty of people that have messaged me on Remind and said, Mr. Spot, I'm confused. I need help. That's great. Okay, and we've been able to figure it out and help them out. If you stop in on the Canvas conference, feel free to just ask the questions there or email me, send me a remind, whatever it might be, so that you can understand this stuff and we can keep you going, okay? It looks like it's official now. We're going to be doing this for the next month, so we're going to have to get used to this a little bit, okay? Thank you, and I'll talk to you guys next time.